All right, here we are with another live stream. It is late evening. I don't want to say afternoon because it's no longer afternoon. Late evening on a Tuesday. And we're chilling out. Really need to fix that sign. Etak ude flesit. Okay. Whatever. Enough speaking nonsense. What do we want to talk about today? There's a bunch of interesting news going on. So let's start the day off. What did I do today? Is there anything major? Not really. I was lazy on my information again. Big surprise there. I really need to get my notes, start getting them back together so I can make. I don't know why I went into voice. My apologies. Really need to get my notes, get them back together so I can start making some more videos. But I am about done. The one I'm working on is flags of U.S. territories. I've got the inhabited territories of Puerto Rico, the U.S. Virgin Islands, Guam, the Mariana Islands, and America's Samoa. The notes for them written down. I'm just doing the uninhabited islands, which there's far more of, but there's a lot less to write about. It's just taking me a while because there's actually several pages of notes, so it may end up being a fairly long video, but it has to be done. Anyway, I feel like that little meme, that baby's like, what can we talk about though? Let's first discuss the news of the day. So, news of the day. Supreme Court nominee Kavanaugh, which of course he had his first hearing today, that hearing was rocked by mob rule, which they did bring out several people who interrupted the proceedings who did not want Kavanaugh in. And I don't want Kavanaugh in either. He's a psychopath. Honestly, if you believe that the president has the right to do whatever he wants and he shouldn't be impeached, yeah, you do not belong on the Supreme Court at that point. Republican or Democrat. That is dangerous. That creates autocrats. Let's see. Jon Kyl named to succeed John McCain in the Senate. Okay. Oh yeah, the whole Bob Woodward book comes out where he talks about the Trump White House. He tried to get his information. Trump's little cronies just pushed him away and didn't try to give him any information. And Trump says, I never heard anything about it. But he's got the notes, he's got the phone calls to prove it. Let's see. What else do we have in the news? Fox is fake. Can't trust them. Parkland victim's father in Kavanaugh. The handshake that wasn't. Yeah. One of the Parkland victims' fathers tried to get Kavanaugh to shake his hand, and Kavanaugh wouldn't even attempt it. He just acted like such an ass towards this man who had lost his child, didn't want to acknowledge him, didn't want to say hello. What else we got? USA Today. After they tried to make fun of Jeffrey Owens for working at Trader Joe's, apparently a lot of people came up to his aid. Because again, Fox News is fake and born on hatred. You can't trust what it says. I give him credit. I mean, Jeffrey Owens is trying to survive. If you've got a bag at Trader Joe's to survive, so be it. Folks angry over Fox News job shaming ex-Cosby actor. So yeah, again, fake news, or rather Fox News, but I call them fake news because it's mainly what they are. Tried to shame him for, trying to survive. He had to work bagging at Trader Joe's, so be it. That is actually working to survive, not like your damn president who doesn't do a goddamn thing but play golf in his fat ass shorts. Sorry. Breathe. Chill. I still don't understand people's obsession with loving Trump. The man does nothing. He's not helped the USA at all. Where's that great deal he did with North Korea? Oh wait, come to find out, they didn't cut back production because your great negotiator can't negotiate. Morons. Cleveland man trying to save his sinking home. Well, let's take a look at that. It's a story from today, News 5 in Cleveland. The city of Cleveland told News 5 that the homes built decades ago are all settling, and any repairs are the responsibility of the homeowners. LeBoy's home has sunk at least another inch since the initial story was reported. LeBoy received yet another blow when his homeowner's insurance told him they are not responsible for helping with a fix. Wow. The rejection letter states that their investigation found his policy does not cover damages caused by water and reads, "There is no coverage for your claim." But yeah, he lives on Aaron Avenue on Cleveland's near west side. His neighbors, they're seeing the similar issues: foundations shifting and sinking, massive cracks in their floors and walls. So it sounds like an entire neighborhood issue. The city of Cleveland needs to do something, even if the homes were built decades ago. Because some people, that's all they can afford is what they live in. The pure pomposity of it. I think that's right, pomposity. All right. That just, let's go on. Amazon's market value tops 1 trillion. And he can't pay his workers a surviving wage, many of them on food stamps or sleeping in their own car. They only have enough time to pee in bottles. And you're telling me he don't have the money and time to treat his employees correctly. Sounds like he doesn't deserve that 1 trillion then. Bezos, how about you treat your employees correctly? You get a lot more loyalty if you pay them well, if you treat them well. But he don't care. He's another one of these businessmen who don't care. He's like the new Rockefeller. He don't care. Let's see what else. Japan's strongest typhoon in 25 years kills at least 6. At least 6 deaths and 160 injuries. It was Typhoon Jebi, and it made landfall in Japan's western areas. Ouch. Strongest in 25 years. That's since 1898. You tack 5 onto that, 93. So since 93, they had a stronger typhoon. That's ouch. Oh, speaking of BBC News, let's talk a minute about the lies and smear campaign going on against Jeremy Corbyn. And if you don't know, Jeremy Corbyn's kind of like Britain's version of Bernie Sanders. Very average guy, trying to help the average person. help the entire country. He ain't seeking to get rich off the backs of the wealthy. He just wants to help his people. But there's a big smear campaign going on right now in the UK against Germany. And that's what's kind of bothering me. So, shame on the Tories. Shame on the pro-Israel group that's taking part in it. That's trying to say, oh, he's anti-Semitic. No, it's purely a smear campaign. Fox News rips Trump for snide Jeff Sessions criticism. Holy crap. Did Fox News actually have a backbone against Trump instead of going, "Dear leader"? Trump slams Sessions on Twitter, says AG is hurting the GOP in midterms, but apparently this report here says Fox News ripped into Trump for it. Fox News legal analyst, Trump tweets about indictment fodder for Fox News legal analyst. Trump tweets about indictments fodder for Mueller probe. So again, Trump digging his own grave deeper and deeper, and he don't even realize it. Even Judge Napolitano realizes it on Fox News. Like I said, it's pretty clear to see with anybody who's willing to recognize what's going on. Let's see what else is going on here. Fox News, Fox News. Did I go backwards instead of forwards? No, right there it is. NBC News and Ronan Farrow trade jabs over Weinstein reporting. Yeah, so apparently Farrow's insinuating that NBC News did not do what they needed to in reporting about Harvey Weinstein's behavior before everything finally broke out. They did their best to try to protect Harvey Weinstein. I will say Weinstein, because I think that's the actual enunciation. Anyway, yeah. It's turned a bit angry there. Colin Kaepernick to be the face of a new Nike ad campaign. And you know what? I couldn't be more proud of Kaepernick or Nike. He's not protesting the flag by kneeling. He's protesting the violence perpetrated on African Americans. on a day-to-day basis by police, you know, and it's but uh, but the stupid man in the White House, the dog turd sitting in there, has instigated a belief that um, he's out there to protest the flag when he's not. In fact, a Green Beret, someone who was in the Green Berets, was a Green Beret in the military, suggested to him, don't sit on the bench, at least take a knee, because it's a means of showing respect. And Kaepernick, trying to combine his name, Kaepernick took the advice, and that's what he's done, take a knee. But all these little Trump followers don't believe it. They're like, he's horrible. He don't want to respect no American flag. America. Okay. What else we got going on? But yeah, I applaud both Nike and Kaepernick. Okay. What was this saying? I'm getting most of this from the BBC. It's not all truth all the time either. Because it's had a history of promoting right-wing ideologies in the UK, but I believe it more than any right or left-wing news organization in the US. In the US, they're really bad. Doctors are being told to adopt a new policy of writing letters that are easier for patients to understand. The Academy of Medical Royal Colleges says too often correspondence contains complex medical jargon rather than plain and simple English. Using the phrase twice daily to explain the dosing of medicine is better than the Latin abbreviation BD, for example. I understand what they're trying to say, but at the same time, educate yourself. Educate thyself. Learn to read a little Latin. It doesn't hurt you at all. You know, I have a Spanish book over there. I can speak a little Spanish. Yo hablo español. No mucho, pero hablo un poquito. Learn some Latin. Another language. Learn some Japanese. Educate thyself. Like I said, the intentions are good, but people really need to learn more. What else is there? Science. Year after Hurricane Maria. It's been a year. I guess it has. And apparently, we've had as many people dead in after Hurricane Maria in Puerto Rico, American citizens, as almost as many as we did on the attack from 9/11. I mean, that should tell you something. It was a disaster. But the fact that some people don't realize that they were even citizens or don't even care, just it disappoints me. It saddens me to no end to find such wrong in people. Let's see. Larger Japanese science ministry seeks larger budget. When science and religion were connected. Yeah, I mean, the Catholic Church used to actually fund minds like Galileo to discover things. The Muslims, when Islam first came around, Baghdad was a city of, science and learning until about so many years into it, and then there was somebody, you can't be doing that learning stuff. That just ruined it. But yeah, science and religion used to not be separated that much. Do, 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 do. What else do we have in science news? Anything of interest? Hmm. The Guardian. Scientists must keep fighting fake news, not retreat to their ivory towers. Scientists have the public's trust, so the swell of fake news shouldn't put them off communicating. I agree. We need leaders in science, teachers, all kinds of people in these fields that know things to step forward. No, that isn't correct. No, that isn't how that works. This is how it goes. So it's a big thing. What else is there? Okay. So there doesn't seem to be much in the world of science going on. Let's talk about some sports. I know not all you are sports fans, and some of you are more on this side or that side. My personal team in college football, Virginia Tech, destroyed the Seminoles, and I am quite pleased by it. 24-3. Hokey hokey ha. Let's see. NFL regular season. When does the regular season start? I think it starts this Saturday. Schedule. Blurb, blurb, blurb. I just want to know. Okay. Week 1 of the season schedule. Yeah, so Sunday, September 9th. So this weekend, actual season starts. It's kind of interesting. It's not basketball season yet or hockey. I think baseball is winding down, so let's take a look at the standings. Do, 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 do. Please don't play the video. I don't want to watch your video. I just want to read. You know, some people can read. So, yeah, the 2018 Major League Baseball regular season ends at the end of the month, September 30th. Meaning the postseason now is only 4 weeks away. So, okay. Let's take a look. Leading the NL East is the Braves. NL Central, the Cubs. NL West, the Rockies. All of them have winning records. And leading the NL wild card is the Brewers. Okay. NL wild card runner-up, the Cardinals. And teams on the outside looking in, the Dodgers, the Diamondbacks, the Phillies, and the Nationals. But the Nationals, being the last team listed 69 and 69. Let's see, that's only on the NL. Do they have the AL? Blah, 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 blah. Standings. So, here we go. In the American League, the AL East leader is Boston. The AL Central leader is Cleveland. The AL West leader is Houston. And the AL Wild Card leader 86-52 is, it looks like, the Yankees, and behind them is Oakland. So right now, as it stands, those are the teams. And in the AL, the teams kind of from the outside looking in: Tampa Bay, Seattle, and honestly, those are the only other teams in the AL with winning records that can have a chance. Well, Tampa Bay really don't have a chance because it's always the damn Yankees or Boston. I hate being a Rays fan because it is almost impossible to get past what is more or less the two giant Goliaths in the AL East. It makes it difficult, really difficult, to be a Tampa Bay Rays fan. Oh well. C'est la vie. What else have we got going on? What else can we talk about? I ain't played any games in the last few days. I need to do that. Could play me some more Fallout or something. That's a possibility. Really need to rearrange the games I've got sitting on my dresser over there, though. Just got them stacked up. I need to really clean the whole thing, but I ain't got much room for the books and the games and everything else. Oh well. So we talked about sports, science, news. Today in today, not today, today in history. I can't sing, but I don't care, 'cause I'm gonna keep singing regardless. She'll be coming round the mountain. All right, today in history. I didn't tell you to go all the way down there. So today in history, in 1945, the Japanese surrender on Wake Island. In 1918, American troops land at Archangel, archangel. Let's see. In 1969, on this day, Radio Hanoi announces the death of Ho Chi Minh. On this day in 1972, Mark Spitz wins his 7th gold medal. Let's see. What else? Oh. On this day in 2002, Kelly Clarkson wins her first American Idol, or wins the first American Idol. And also on this day in 2014, comedy legend Joan Rivers dies. Ooh, on this day in 476 AD, the Western Roman Empire falls. And it was crumbling for a long time, but yeah. I guess you could say it falls. On this day in 1957, Arkansas troops prevent desegregation. Uh. On this day in 1957, Edsel arrives in showrooms at last. So, the Edsel. Interesting. And on this day in 1886, the Native American Geronimo surrenders. So, that's kind of a roundup of the news, of the events of the day. Now, let's get into, as I've kind of shown you already, a little foreign language, which, to be fair, Latin shouldn't be foreign. It should be known by everybody. I didn't get to take a full semester of Latin, so I'm still very horrible in it. But it's something I've got the books for, because, like I said, I've got Willox Latin, so it can give me a little bit of something to study on, and as well as a little Latin reader, so I can read some passages. And like I said, I do have Spanish over there, which I took 3 years of Spanish in high school and a year in community college. So, yo hablo español, no mucho, pero hablo un poquito. So, I couldn't have conversational Spanish, but I could kind of like understand a little bit of what's being said. Like if one day I actually did help um, a Mexican gentleman who was here, which there's very little people in this area who know Spanish or really want to help somebody that don't speak English. But he got so excited when he found out, hey, you could speak Spanish? Like I said, no no mucho, pero hablo español. And he got kind of happy. He was like, so it's a good thing to understand, to know. And I feel it could help ease a lot of tensions and wounds if people would pick up and educate themselves. And it's why I preach it in every one of my videos. Educate thyself. It bridges the gap for a lot of problems. But yeah, I could at least help somebody who didn't speak English, or I could kind of make my way a little bit through Mexico. But like I said, it's not conversational. Like I said, I've got Latin here. I need to start on. Need to practice. I need to pick my Spanish book up. I picked it up and started rewriting some stuff, but then I've just kind of like, which I'm disappointed in myself in. I need to pick it back up and start again. And the other thing, Benkyou shimasu. Nihongo. Nihongo benkyou shimasu. I can't even remember proper sentence structure. But yeah, I can't even remember all my letters. Because Japanese, one of the reasons it's so difficult to learn, there is 3 alphabets. You have hiragana. The hiragana is just basic Japanese. There is katakana, which is taking a lot of words and sounds in English and forming kind of an alphabet to kind of fit it. But it's very much like hiragana, but the shapes and symbols are quite different. And lastly, there is kanji, which it's a little more complex, because usually you have a symbol that'll mean a word, like tree, or this one means this. And kanji's taking from the Chinese writing style. Finish that lemonade. But yeah, I really do need to pick back up on my languages. Need to pick back up on my notes too. I really need a desk, a chair, a comfortable chair, and a desk. But as it sits right now, I have the access to neither. So let's try this again. Hey, got it part way. It's always in that little flap. that little part right back here. That makes it difficult to open it sometimes. And I do try to open things with my tooth. It is what it is. But, yeah. Oh. Also in my Japanese, I have a collection of stuff here. Some stapled lessons on the chapters and words. Ano, which is Japanese for stop it, staple. Here we go. Some numbers. Starting with 100 through 90,000. And I know it is kind of hard to see. There you go. But you have at 100's hyaku. And let's see. No, it's huyaku. Huyaku. I think it's right. Like I said, it's been a while. Huyaku. And then you just add 1. So what you used for 1 before, you use. They don't have whole different numbering systems, but it's like Huyaku each. Huyaku ni. So Huyaku each is 1. Huyaku ni is 102. Now 200. Ni huyaku. So if you wanted to say 200, you'd say ni huyaku. And you just add 1 to that. Ni huyaku each. Ni huyaku ni. Yeah. Okay, and here's a collection of the numbers even before that. So you have 0 through 10 through 20, and then 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. But essentially it goes ri, which is 0, and then each, ni, son, shi, go, rok, shichi, hach, ku, ju. Ichi, ni, son, shi, go, rok, shichi, hachi, ni, no, hachi, kuju. And then you just add, you just take 10, ju, and you add the previous numbers. So 11 is ju each, 12 is ju ni, so it's ju san, ju shi, ju go, ju ro, ju shichi, ju hachi, ju ku. That's 11 through 19, and then 20 is Niju. So 210. Niju. So yeah, little education there. I need to pick up my pick back up on my Japanese and relearn. Okay, what is this last part? Oh, those were education classes. But the rest of it's Japanese. But I have a lot of material I can go back over for my Japanese, which I'm going to need. But first, I've got to relearn my alphabets and how to write them. See, I even forgot what hiragana symbols represent. It's an arrow pointing to the left, so it's the word for left, but I can't even remember what the symbols are. Something re. And 0 should be re, because it's re instead of re. Because they don't have double sounds like English. That's something you need to get out of your mind when you think of other languages. They don't have, the vowels don't have double sounds, the consonants don't have double sounds. There may be variations when you combine some, but in Japanese it's not like that. In Spanish it's not like that. You know, the consonants have a single sound. The verb or the consonants and the vowels have single sounds. But like in Spanish, if you combine L and L, it becomes the double L sound, which is yeah, like a ALLI. And right now my screen's trying to, yeah, it's trying to freeze on me. I don't know if that's stopping the interfering with the broadcast any. But oh well. But that's some education I'm going to have to do. I have to educate thyself. So yeah, little Latin, Japanese, and Spanish I got to study upon. I also need to read my book some more. I've only read like the first 3 chapters because I'm trying to read it. It's just not interesting to me though. So, but it is what it is. I will keep pushing forward. I'm still healing, as kind of hard to show. My arm's healed up quite a bit. So the biggest issue is like down here at the wrist. And I can feel the stiffness of it when I straighten it out like this. When I'm like this, it's not so bad, but when I straighten the arm out, I can feel how stiff it is at the bend of the elbow. So yeah, it definitely has an effect on me like that. I don't use this hand to lift very much. They recently gave me permission to lift a little more, but I'm still like, no, not with this hand. It's still healing. Like I said, as it is, just hold it straight out. There's quite a bit of stiffness in it. So, nah. I'm going to strip for you. Nah. For the most part, um, this these have healed up. This still has a little scab over it. What was the scab covering my chest kind of went away, but you can see it's healing up pretty well. So that's doing all right. Gotta move my legs. I ain't moved them around in a bit. They get kind of numb or tired if I don't. So I had to give them some movement. But anyways, what else can we talk about? It's kind of hard to think of topics really when I don't have people in chat or anyone to talk to. So yeah, because right now I'm not ready to get anyone. I think it's the way YouTube does their algorithm. Because if you don't have a lot of viewers at first, it's hard to break into things, especially when you're on topics to educate yourself. It gets a bit difficult. So I guess we're going to try to end off here. So I do want to say, educate thyself, read, study, learn. Sometimes it can get um, boring. Sometimes it can feel monotonous. But if you keep studying, if you keep learning, keep reading, and keep practicing. I studied a year of Japanese and it's basically all about fell out. But if you keep practicing, you get pretty good at it and it becomes just part of what you know. That's why in school you had to keep repeating these things over and over. The multiplication tables, the alphabet. So read, study, learn, practice. Yeah, anyway, educate thyself. And again, if I do care about you guys, um, and there's some people who need to hear that. There are people that do care about you. So don't let the world get you down too much. Strive to be a better person. I still have problems with my anger and frustration at times. It's when you'll catch me cursing. But try to be better. I try to be better. That's all we could really ask for. And you just got to know there are people that care about you, whether you realize it or not. Um, I guess that's it. I'm going to go ahead and end it, and I will talk to you all tomorrow, I guess. Because right now I'm just doing these every day, doing some live streams. I'm going to take a week off, the rest of the week off from doing like regular videos, but I'll still be doing these live streams to kind of help fill up my um, video list on YouTube. But Yeah. So see you all tomorrow. Later.